International Airport in Brownsville. With rain falling, the temperature was 49 degrees, dew point 48, making the relative humidity 97%. Winds were from the northwest at 13 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.25 and rising. And at the Valley International Airport in Harlingen, with heavy rain and fog reducing the visibility to 2 miles, the temperature was 48 degrees, dew point 48, making the relative humidity 100%. Winds were from the north at 18 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.27 and rising. Weather conditions across the region at 8 o'clock a.m. in Harlingen, with heavy rain and fog, temperature 48 degrees. North wind at 18. Bayview, light rain, temperature 49 degrees. Northwest wind at 18. Brownsville, rain, temperature 49 degrees. Northwest wind at 13. Matamoros, with light rain and fog, temperature 48 degrees. Northwest wind at 17. Edinburgh, cloudy, temperature 48 degrees. North wind at 12. McAllen, cloudy, temperature 49 degrees. North wind at 10. Zapata, fog, temperature 48 degrees. North wind at 7. Hebronville, cloudy, temperature 46 degrees. North wind at 8. Elsewhere across Texas at this hour, Laredo, with light rain and fog, 47 degrees. Del Rio, cloudy, 47 degrees. El Paso, mostly cloudy, 35 degrees. Amarillo, clear, 32 degrees. At DFW Airport, mostly cloudy, 47 degrees. Houston, light rain, 47 degrees. Austin, cloudy, 46 degrees. San Antonio, light rain, 48 degrees. And in Corpus Christi, light rain, 47 degrees. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine location, the coastal waters. Synopsis: a strong pressure gradient along the lower Texas coast will keep winds and seas elevated, producing adverse marine conditions through Wednesday. Conditions will start improve Wednesday through Thursday before becoming adverse again late Thursday night through Friday night with a cold front passage. Here is the marine forecast for the following marine locations: Laguna Madre from the port of Brownsville to the Arroyo Colorado, Laguna Madre from the Arroyo Colorado to 5 nautical miles north of Port Mansfield, Texas, and Laguna Madre from 5 nautical miles north of Port Mansfield to Baffin Bay, Texas. Small craft should exercise caution. Today, north winds 15 to 20 knots. Gusts to 30 knots until late afternoon. Choppy on the bay. A chance of rain. Tonight, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots decreasing to 10 to 15 knots late in the evening, then becoming north after midnight. Choppy on the bay becoming a moderate chop in the late evening and overnight. A chance of rain early in the evening, then a slight chance of rain in the late evening and early morning. Wednesday, north winds around 10 knots becoming northeast late in the afternoon. Light chop on the bay. A chance of rain in the afternoon. Wednesday night, east winds 5 to 10 knots becoming southeast early in the morning. Light chop on the bay. A chance of showers. Thursday, southeast winds 5 to 10 knots increasing to 10 to 15 knots late in the afternoon. Light chop on the bay becoming a moderate chop late in the afternoon. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots becoming northwest late in the evening, then increasing to 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Choppy on the bay. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Friday, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots increasing to 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots in the afternoon. Choppy on the bay becoming rough in the afternoon. A chance of showers in the morning. Friday night, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Choppy on the bay. Saturday, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots decreasing to 10 to 15 knots late in the afternoon. Choppy on the bay becoming a moderate chop late in the afternoon. Saturday night, west winds 10 to 15 knots becoming southwest 5 to 10 knots in the late evening and overnight. A moderate chop on the bay, becoming light chop in the late evening and overnight. Winds and waves higher and near thunderstorms. Here is the marine forecast. For the following marine locations, coastal waters from Port Mansfield, Texas to Rio Grande out 20 nautical miles, and coastal waters from Baton Bay to Port Mansfield, Texas out 20 nautical miles. Small craft advisory in effect through this afternoon. Today, northeast winds around 20 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 7 to 9 feet, with occasional seas up to 11 feet. Rain likely early this morning, then a chance of rain this afternoon. Tonight, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 30 knots, decreasing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 5 to 6 feet, with occasional seas up to 7 feet. A chance of rain early in the evening, then a slight chance of rain in the late evening and overnight. Wednesday, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming east late in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 6 feet, with occasional seas up to 8 feet. A chance of rain. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming southeast after midnight. Seas 4 to 5 feet. A chance of showers. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Thursday night, southeast winds around 15 knots, becoming west late in the evening, then becoming northwest 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots after midnight. Seas 4 to 6 feet, with occasional seas up to 7 feet. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Friday, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet, with occasional seas up to 8 feet. A chance of showers in the morning. Friday night, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Saturday, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots, decreasing to 15 to 20 knots late in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Saturday night, west winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwest in the late evening and overnight. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. Here is the marine forecast. For the following marine locations, waters from Port Mansfield, Texas to Rio Grande extending from 20 nautical miles to 60 nautical miles, and waters from Baton Bay to Port Mansfield extending from 20 to 60 nautical miles. Small craft advisory in effect through this evening. Today, northeast winds around 20 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 7 to 10 feet, with occasional seas up to 13 feet. Rain likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms this morning, then a chance of rain this afternoon. Tonight, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Gusts to 30 knots early in the evening. Seas 5 to 8 feet, with occasional seas up to 10 feet. A chance of rain early in the evening, then a slight chance of rain in the late evening and overnight. Wednesday, east winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet, with occasional seas up to 8 feet. A chance of rain. Wednesday night, east winds around 15 knots, becoming southeast after midnight. Seas 4 to 6 feet, with occasional seas up to 7 feet. A chance of showers. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 5 feet. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Thursday night, south winds around 15 knots, becoming southwest late in the evening, then becoming northwest 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots after midnight. Seas 4 to 5 feet, building to 5 to 7 feet, with occasional seas up to 8 feet after midnight. Showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly in the evening. Friday, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet, with occasional seas up to 9 feet. A chance of showers in the morning. Friday night, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet, with occasional seas up to 8 feet. Saturday, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots, decreasing to 15 to 20 knots late in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Saturday night, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots becoming southwest early in the morning. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. Small craft advisory now in effect until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time Wednesday. What? Northeast winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 25 knots and seas 7 to 10 feet. Where? Offshore Gulf waters between the mouth of the Rio Grande and Baffin Bay from 20 to 60 nautical miles. When? Until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time Wednesday. Impacts, conditions will be hazardous to small craft. Inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vessels, should avoid navigating in hazardous conditions. Small craft advisory remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Northeast winds around 20 knots with gusts up to 25 knots and seas 6 to 9 feet. Where? Nearshore Gulf waters between the mouth of the Rio Grande and Baffin Bay from 0 to 20 nautical miles. When? Until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts, conditions will be hazardous to small craft. Inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vessels, should avoid navigating in hazardous conditions. Coastal flood statement in effect through Wednesday afternoon. High surf advisory now in effect until midnight Central Standard Time tonight. High rip current risk remains in effect through Wednesday afternoon. What? For the high surf advisory, large breaking waves of 5 to 7 feet in the surf zone. For the coastal flood statement, isolated minor coastal flooding. For the high rip current risk, dangerous rip currents. Where? Kennedy Island, Willacy Island and Cameron Island counties. When? For the high surf advisory, until midnight Central Standard Time tonight. For the coastal flood statement, through Wednesday afternoon. For the high rip current risk, through Wednesday afternoon. Impacts, wave run-up may approach the dunes along narrow beaches. Beach equipment, such as umbrellas and chairs, could be moved by waves. Vehicles driving along narrow beaches may experience higher water levels. Elevated water levels may also occur across the Laguna Madre and South Bay, and along State Highway 4 west of Boca Chica State Park. Dangerous swimming and surfing conditions and localized beach erosion. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. Do not drive through flooded roadways. Inexperienced swimmers should remain out of the water due to dangerous surf conditions. Swim near a lifeguard. If caught in a rip current, relax and float. Don't swim against the current. If able, swim in a direction following the shoreline. If unable to escape, face the shore and call or wave for help. Thank you for listening to Weather Radio, broadcasting to the Rio Grande Valley from your National Weather Service in Brownsville. Here's a look at the latest available marine conditions at 8 o'clock a.m. 35 miles northeast of Port Mansfield, northeast wind at 19 knots, gusting to 23. Air temperature 70 degrees, Gulf water temperature 77 degrees. Wave heights 10 feet, with a period of 10 seconds. 200 miles east of Port Isabel, northeast wind at 17 knots, gusting to 21. Significant waves 9 feet, with a period of 9 seconds. Air temperature 74 degrees. Predicted times for the South Padre Island jetties. Today, a low at 7:04 a.m. A high at 3:55 p.m. Wednesday, a low at 7:39 a.m. A high at 5:03 p.m. Water temperatures in the bay near Port Isabel, 56 degrees. In the surf at South Padre Island, missing sunrise today at 6:53 a.m. Sunset today at 5:39 p.m. The tropical weather outlook. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 5 days. Here's a look at your 8:00 a.m. weather conditions.